Call animal control to order. We do not have quorum this evening. So this committee is 2-year appointments, and Nancy Andrews, who's been on this committee for 14 years, I think, since the inception. I just found out like 5 minutes ago that she's not asking to be reappointed. So we're down a member. And then Mr. Glover wasn't able to come this evening. So, and Doc McAteer was not able to come this evening. So it's me and Wendell. So we're going to continue anyway with no votes taken, just because Steve's done some really amazing stuff over the summer, and I really wanted him to come do a director's report just to kind of update everybody as to kind of what's going on with animal control and explain everything that he's done and all the programming he's added. So we won't be able to accept the director's report, but he can give one.
There you go.
So, all right.
It'll be in the minutes, all right?
It will. So
It was
y'all-
just say we didn't know quorum, but you report with it.
you have a report in front of you. Numbers are up, and I looked through last year's, from the last couple of months in comparison. We're up about 20% across the board. And I think that's gonna have to do with population and just we're growing. And so, we're able to handle that. And, I think budget is on track, so everything is in good shape right now.
Great. Like I said, we can't vote on your report, sadly. It all looks really good. Do you want to talk about some of the things that you've done over the summer and the?
So we've, well, first thing, we have, since I've started, I have been conducting training with the sheriff's department during their annual training for their officers. We just give an hour's talk about what animal control does and what animal control can do for them, and also what we can't do. We talk about when we're allowed to be called out and when we're not allowed to be called out, and talk about what, and we listen to the officers at what they want, what they need. I felt like when I started, there was a little bit of a disconnect, and I think we've really come a long way. I wanted to mention that because I really appreciate Chief Howell and Captain Rollins. They've really stepped up and helped us, and I think we've improved services both ways when it comes to dealing with dog calls in Wilson County. We got our new truck and our box back from Pennsylvania after a year that it took to get the thing. But it's on the road now and does good. We have our new adoption trailer, and it is 90% complete. We have been using it, and it has gone over very well. The trailer is modular, so we can remove the items that are in there and actually just use it as a trailer as we need it. This past week, we got donations from Amazon. They donated a bunch of food to us, and so we're able to go out there and pick those things up, and it's just a handy piece of equipment for us to have. We do have some more adoption events coming up. We do those at random, and it has more to do with population and what we've got than a particular scheduling time. So we will schedule those within just a few days' time when the shelter's getting really full. We have completed, and are pretty proud of this, we have completed a program called Fear Free, and Wilson County is now a certified Fear Free shelter. This is something that was started by Mary and Miss Paula several years ago. This is just a continuation of a program they had wanted to work towards, and I really bought into this. I think it's a good thing. We're also adding volunteers, and volunteers will help us with mainly just dog walking and socialization. It's a super important thing. This Fear Free, I like to call it how not to get bit. It takes a person that doesn't have a lot of experience with dogs, and it talks about what they're seeing in the shelter environment and how best to deal with those situations. Puts what the employees already know into perspective, and I think it helps us all the way around. A couple years ago, we had an employee get a dog bite. It was pretty bad. It's cost us a lot of money. Still got one more surgery to do, and that's an avoidable thing. This is part of that. We are going to avoid that, do our best to avoid those things happening in the future. We definitely don't want that to happen with employees or volunteers. Upcoming September the 28th, well, let me back up a little bit. we have received grant money from Petco Love, and we've also received vaccination grant from Petco as well. And so on September the 28th, we're going to do a free chip and vaccination event at the landfill location. We're going to have the gate open. The landfill part's going to be blocked off because they're closed that day. We're going to have some folks out there to make sure people don't come in and try to dump. But people can come out. We'll have the truck, the adoption trailer set up. We'll push for adoptions that day. We're going to be able to adopt, we're going to be able to chip and vaccinate at least 100 dogs in Wilson County for free. We receive those chips. We get a lot of them for free. We went in and bought a few extra this time just to make sure we had them. But that is really part of our strategy in reducing strays in Wilson County is to get as many dogs chipped as we can. We want to stress that importance and try to educate on that. Dogs that are chipped, we return at 2.5 times the rate of dogs that aren't chipped. Cats at 20%, or 20 times the rate, I should say. So the event on the 28th will be for dogs only. And we would encourage y'all, anybody that lives in Wilson County, come out and free vaccination and chip for up to 3 dogs. I don't know about I guess we can't do the disposal fees in the address.
Nope, because we don't have quorum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty much all I've got, unless anybody's got any questions.
All right. Does anybody have any questions or anything? All right. Yes.
Director Finley, if you only can accommodate 100, do you need to have some kind of reservation? I mean, because you could have 100 and you could have 1,000 people lining.
So, I hope that doesn't happen. We've got some pretty long hours that day. In the past, they have done these at the fairgrounds, and looking at the numbers they've done, looking at the numbers that the cities around here have done, I really don't anticipate that we'll get 100. But if we do, I'm gonna have people there to kind of monitor the line.
Does anybody else have anything? All right.